Friends, this is a Crosman Model 1322 22 caliber pump pellet pistol. It also shoots darts if you can find 22 caliber darts. I haven't been able to find them, but I heard they exist. It's pretty formidable as it is, but I think I want to do some modifications to it. I think we'll start by making a new pump handle. This one's kind of awkward. It works okay, but because of the shape, sometimes you get your finger stuck in there and it doesn't feel too good when that happens. I have an idea for a new kind of handle. We'll start by removing the handle that's on there. And this one's just held in with a couple of roll pins. And with the handle removed, we'll go ahead and take some measurements of that charging lever. Then we'll jump over to Fusion 360 and create a model and 3D print it. See how that turns out. So here the first 3D printed model is pretty close, but it does need some adjustment. So we'll go back to Fusion 360 and change some dimensions, make a few things thicker, move a few things over, and see what we come up with on the second try. And then using time-lapse, we'll shrink our 2.5 hour print down to just a few seconds. And here we have the template, and it is a good fit. Okay, now that we've proven that this template is the right fit for the handle, we're going to turn the CAD model of this template into the actual handle. Starting with the template model, we'll go ahead and make it thicker, round over the edges, smooth things off. But then another thing I want to do is create a contour so it'll butt up nicely to the piston cylinder the way the original did. So we begin by creating a little circle sketch and then extruding it out to recreate the piston cylinder. Then we extrude the handle up to the cylinder. Then using the extrude command, we cut the cylinder away. Then it's back to the 3D printer for a 19-hour print at 90% infill and really high resolution. Okay, so here's my 3D printed handle. I did it in black. Now, you see this stuff around the edge, that's support material that I broke off. Because as you print, if you're going to print something that is going to hang over, you have to have the support material in there. Now this is support material inside there. We'll break that out. And breaking out the support material can be quite a challenge from time to time because you don't want to leave nicks and scratches in the visible part of the print. Now we'll get in there with the chisel and clean out the interior part of that, and then we'll sand off this outer little ridge. That is perfect. I could not be happier with that. Now here's a trick I learned about sanding from a guy named S.A.S.E. He runs a YouTube channel called Tips from a Shipwright, and I'll leave a link to his channel up in the corner. You fold your sandpaper in quarters and split it down one side. Then when you fold it up, you don't have two abrasive faces touching one another. Now this is the beauty of 3D printing. These 3 test pieces, while they did take a lot of time, they probably only cost $2 or $3 as far as materials. So we'll install our new pump handle by driving the roll pins back in and give it a test. Oh yeah, way better. What else can we do? I got the shoulder stock. Let's install that. Okay, so I got my shoulder stock. I got my pump handle. Oh, I've never been able to pump it that fast. What else can we do? How to make it better? A telescope. Okay, so I have here a Picatinny dovetail style mount. If I had known that this Picatinny rail was going to be 3D printed, it didn't even occur to me I could just print my own. And I bought this one for $16 at one of the popular gun supplies. I also made a CAD model so you can 3D print your own. And I'll leave a link to both this handle and this dovetail mount in the doobly-doo below. Instead of a telescope, what I ended up getting is one of these laser reticles. We'll try that, see how that works. And if you take a look there, the clamping bolt is hitting the Picatinny dovetail. So what we're going to have to do is sand off that front edge. And I just sanded that off, and that'll allow the entire dovetail to clamp on. And you can see the reticle has a few different shapes. It can also switch from red to green. I'll leave a link to this in the doobly-doo below. At the time of this publication of this video, it was about $25 for this. Okay, so there it is. Seven's pretty good.
There's where it hit.
Luckily, windage and elevation are adjustable on that reticle sight. So I proceeded to zero the sight in, and one thing I quickly learned is that the windage adjustment was far more sensitive than the elevation. It was like 3 whole turns of the elevation adjustment to get up to the bullseye, whereas just a half of a turn on the windage moved me way to the other side of it. That's not too bad. I was shooting from 10 yards, which is the standard pellet pistol target range. So I'll leave a link in doobly-doo below to the STL files for both this handle and for the Picatinny dovetail mount. I could actually recreate the shoulder stock as well. The only problem is this is much larger than most people's 3D printers will actually print. So that would be a little bit problematic. And if anybody in the US wants my original pump handle and grips, you can have them. First person to comment, US only please. So here are my modifications. Shoulder stock, pump handle, Picatinny rail mount, laser reticle sight. And those modifications have dramatically improved the performance of this pellet pistol. Plus they give it a badass look, don't you think? Anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions in the doobly-doo below, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click up here to see my last video. Click over here to see something of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. And have a good one.